Chris Schenkel and Nelson Burton Jr.
Thank you, Harry Golden, Tournament Director, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Nelson Burton Jr. and I are delighted to be here for the 23rd Firestone. This is that tournament that's so demanding mentally and physically, all champions in the field. This is our crown jewel, and it caps our 25th anniversary year, 26 years in total, and we expect great action this afternoon. Itself, Weber and Aulby.
Well, Chris, the five-man field, obviously all champions, as 52 started here. Aulby and Weber in their five-man field. They in the first match, they go against Roth. Three big names in bowling, but obviously there's other men in the field. Jim Murdershaw just lapped the field. He's got to be very tough. I feel the man to beat is probably the least likely to win by the press, and that's Art Trask. Look at his record. He's won 4 PBA titles. He has beaten Earl Anthony, Weber, Roth, and Holman for those titles. He's afraid of no one. I think he's the key guy to watch. He's in the semifinal match. As far as the scoring goes, obviously sensational. 23 years we've had the Firestone. This is the second highest scoring PBA finals for the Firestone Tournament of Champions, so I expect a lot of big scores today.
Well, you're fired up. Get ready for that first match.
I'm excited and ready to go.
Now with the double up, Pete Weber shooting in the 6th frame. Dee Weber. He has a 3-bagger.
Two powerful players out there. As you see, the footwork of Pete Weber uses the full approach, 17 feet, 5-step delivery, methodical, waits for the shot right here in the 3rd step, lets his timing come back, the big high backswing. Then you see that tremendous wrist action as he rotates his hand around and through the ball, and obviously the pins have no chance. Weber, 22-pin lead through 6 frames, 3 strikes in a row working, can extend that lead to 32 with an additional strike here in the 7th.
And what was a key shot? It's a high hit, leaving the 3-6-10.
Chris, you picked it out. A key shot. He could have put a lot of pressure on Mike Aulby with this shot. He sends the ball a little bit wide on this particular shot, and I noticed Mark Roth, who will be coming up in the next match, throw one of these shots in practice, sent it real wide, and left a high hit. Cross lane.
A little apprehensive at the line, but he got them all to mark with a spare in the 7th and leads by 19. 23rd Firestone Tournament of Champions, culminating 26 years. ABC and the PBA bringing you these live telecasts 16 weeks in a row, trailing by 19 with a strike up. Big 7th frame shot. Plagued again by the 7.
Aulby has to wonder, what did I do wrong? Obviously nothing except knock all 10 pins down. We saw a soft 7 earlier. Now you'll see the solid 7 as the 4-pin just accelerates and flies around the top of the 7. Not much Aulby can do about that. You just got to keep going to the well, the 1-2 pocket. Hopefully Weber will slow down and give him a chance in the later frames. Aulby for his 3rd conversion of the 7-pin, 7th frame.
All right. This is the 16th event, and so many representatives of all of bowling come here, like Joe Dahl, the president of the American Bowling Congress from Portland, Oregon. Sonny France, president of the Bowling Proprietors Association. Just all the representatives are here, Nelson, to end the winter tour.
And many of the sponsors of professional bowling, as it's been a gala week. But now we're down to the real action. Aulby trails by 19 pins, 8th frame, spare working.
And that single pin again.
Well, Mike Aulby, no other players over on the left side today, so he kind of knew what to expect before we started the championship round. He told me, he said, Bo, I have a pretty good line. I believe if I make good shots, I can hit the pocket every single time. Obviously, he's done that so far, but nothing really has gone right for him. He has a potential 206 pace or 206 game with spare strike spare so far through 8 frames, so it's still up for grabs.
There's Tammy Aulby. Knight's lovely wife. He and Steve Cook married sisters. Look at that careful preparation. Though on that shot, noticeably not the big high arc. He cut it down a little.
You're right, Chris. Just a perfect shot as you see the ball drive through the 1, 3, 5, and 9 pins. His best shot of the match so far. Look at his eyes stay down on the target. The good concentration. He says, oh, baby, just break them. And the pins had no chance. Weber really has the match well in hand right now if he can strike here in the 9th. He's going at a 2:26 pace. Aulby a potential 2:26, but it's getting late for Aulby. 9th frame.
Oh, he walked that one out. And then with a one-arm pump and a leg kick, pressure. Watch this reaction.
The difference in the match so far has been the power of Pete Weber, the ability to get that extra revolution on the ball right at the pocket zone and carry all 10 pins. Aulby has just been about perfect around the pocket, but nothing good has happened. He needs strikes right now.
And again, a 7-pin.
Let's look at Aulby's game. Strike, strike to start, solid 7, 10 pin on a light hit but in the pocket, another soft 7, strike, 7 pin in the 7th frame, 7 pin in the 8th frame, and once again plagued, as you said, Chris, by a 7 pin here in the 9th frame. It's not over, but Aulby has his back to the wall.
A man with 13 championships in the 9 years that he has been on the PBA tour. Record setter of over $201,000, eclipsing Earl Anthony's record of $164,000. Mike did it in '85.
Aulby in a must situation, has to throw a couple of strikes here in the 10th and 11th frames to have any reasonable chance of winning the match.
Well,
Aulby, the best he can do is 215. Obviously, he's bowled such an excellent game. It could have actually been 10 strikes in a row up to this point. It's not over, but right now, Aulby a potential 215.